I'm Ron Paul. I'm a congressman from Texas, serving in my 10th term. I am the champion of the Constitution.
Congressman Ron Paul, you appear to have consistent, principled integrity. Americans don't usually go for that.
You know, my position is rather simple. It's not anti-Israel.
In many ways, we treat Israel as a stepchild. We do not give them the responsibility that they deserve. We undermine their national sovereignty. We don't let them design their own peace treaties with their neighbors. And then we turn around and say that when you want to do that or you want to defend your borders, they have to check it out with us.
When they want to take care of themselves, they have to ask us permission, so they've given up their sovereignty. When they want to have a peace treaty with Syria or another country around there or talk to the United Arab League, we inhibit them.
I think Israel would be a lot safer. I made the point earlier. We give 3 times as much money to the Arabs. Why do we arm their enemies? So if you care about Israel, you should be against all the weapons that go to the Arab nations. And I just don't see any purpose in not treating Israel in an adult fashion. I think they'd be a lot better off.
I would treat Israel like everybody else. But I believe the policy I advocate is in the best interest of Israel. Because Israel today has 300 nukes. Nobody's going to touch them. They can take care of themselves.
They one time in the 80s took care of a nuclear reactor in Iraq. I stood up and defended Israel for this. Nobody else did at that time. But we need to recognize they deserve their sovereignty just as we deserve our sovereignty. I believe if they assume more responsibility, there would be more peace there.
But if an incident occurs, the most important thing is how do you deal with it? How do you make the decision?
Right.
What you do is the president doesn't decide. He doesn't have the authority to draft you people and go off and send a war and say, no matter how much you love Israel. But you can go, you can send your money, you can do whatever you want. But if it's a threat to our national security, you take it to the Congress and the people, and if they said, you know, it's in America's best interest, you know, if it represented an invasion from the Soviets back in the old days, yeah, then they would say this is in American interest. But you just can't say one person has this authority or one generation doesn't have the authority to...
But it's one sovereign nation supporting another sovereign nation that also is based on a representative
But that would contradict everything that we have been instructed to under our Constitution.
If you believe that the Al-Qaeda tells the truth, and there's no reason, I mean, they're ruthless and evil and monstrous, but I don't think they're telling lies about when they explain why they want to come after us. And they do use the support for Israel over the Palestinians as one of the excuses. And you know, my position is rather simple. It's not anti-Israel. My position is neutrality. My position is to not get involved in these fights. And I think we would be better off as Americans. It certainly would be a lot cheaper for us. I mean, we're spending way too much money. We're going broke with this policy, and I think it just gets us into trouble.
Stand up and listen. A true patriot's mission. This war of attrition now. We'll keep on marching on. Kiss your burns by the walking posse. Follow the money into the west wing. This is the rapture you've been waiting for. Now disappear into your holy war. Why don't you listen? A true patriot's mission. This war of attrition now. We'll keep on marching on. Into the street, through the crowd, you keep running. Beating your back till you go, we keep coming. Into the street, through the crowd, you keep running. Beating your back till you go, we keep coming.
You know, my position is rather simple. It's not anti-Israel.